Welcome back. So this spell that I've designed that I'm going to teach you guys now, it's actually one of the bigger ones. It's very powerful. So this vid might be a bit longer than usual, but bear with me because it's an extremely powerful spell. And again, um, for those who don't know, I am predominantly a spiritual and occult teacher. I do a lot of one-on-one sessions. You can hit me up for that, or obviously spell work. And in our sessions, guys, it can be anything you want to chat about. Whether you're going through shit in life, trauma, you want to access your higher self, you need relationship advice, you want to chat about a spell that you need and you want to go in depth in it, or any of my teachings that you've seen, we go really deep into it, okay? And of course, my divination reading. So you back to the spell now. It's a spell with Zepar and Sitri for a love, lust, attraction spell. Okay, so that will have both elements, which is pretty useful. Okay, so you can't always work a spell with two entities or more, but in a few cases you can. So Sitri and Zepar do work very well together, and because the energies are similar, their energy and aura is actually very similar. It's like electric, right? It's very similar. They work well together. But keep in mind, when working a spell, if you're doing it chaos magic, you're just doing it from yourself, that is fine. But when you work in a spell with entity, you are pouring your intent and energy into it as well. But you're also working spell with entity, which means you have to give the time, the appropriate amount of time, energy, and praise and offerings to entity. So the spell, as powerful as it is, done correctly, it should actually be draining. So it's not a negative thing, it's just a thing, because you are going to give of your time and energy to receive their help and energies now, okay? So it is draining, and each working should probably take you around about 20 minutes, which, trust me, if done correctly, can be pretty draining. So for your setup, you're going to need a larger altar area than normal. I'd say probably about like something like that size, you know. In each corner, one corner will be dedicated to each entity. Use just red candles, okay? 2 red candles for Prince Sitri, 2 red candles for Zepar. Their names scribed on each candle appropriately placed together. So Zepar, Sitri, and next to each one a glass of red wine, and offerings around the candle of fresh fruit, chocolates, and chilies. And next to each of that, a separate petition for each entity, which I normally like to show you guys on an A4 page. Their N on top, their sigil, okay, and I have words on the initial invocation. And again, you can't do this spell unless you've done an initial invocation of each entity. There is another option. You can practice the spell without entity perhaps, or you can hit me up for this type of spell, and I teach you a thank you invocation that you do, which means you bypass an initial invocation of entity, which is actually a lot easier on you. But if you'd like to attempt this one, this is how it is done. But you first have to have that initial invocation, that greeting of sorts, okay? So you have your candles, you have your offerings, you have your separate petition next to each appropriate candle. Now slightly in front of these things, you're going to have one black candle over here with your name scribed on it and olive oil embalmed, nothing else. And you're going to have a mirror next to it with the mirror facing inwards, okay? And your name written as well with a black marker on the mirror. On the other end, you're going to have 2 red candles for target, and you keep them together. On each candle of these 2 red candles, you put target's full name there, okay? And dry chili flakes, like so. You can put olive oil and then you coat it with dry chili flakes, put them together there. Now, around your candle, around target's candle, and a line between the 2 candles, you're going to surround that with fresh lavender, fresh chilies, fresh jasmine, some of your hair, and lemon balm. Now at any point, because this working takes 5 days, and it doesn't have to be consecutive days if you're super busy or whatever, okay? As long as it's 5 sessions, that is a working. But when anything goes off or wilted or rotten, you have to change it, otherwise you'll change the energy of the spell. But that's the ingredients. This is the sigil you will place. So target's candles, your candle, the ingredient, and this slightly in front of the ingredients, okay, with your full name behind there. And you can go as far as adding declarations of, I've now attracted this person into my life for love and lust for me. And those are similar words you'll put in your petitions to entity. Obviously, always first welcome and praise an entity, and thank an entity appropriately for the attributes of what this person is now feeling for you and how they are entering your life. When you start the spell, you invoke entities separately, giving them a good few minutes each. Picture ingredients, picture entity, welcome them, and start to verbalize what you've written in both petitions. See it and mix it together as if you're mixing an a pot of ingredients. Okay. Again, if you need any of my further teachings or help, obviously I go much better in my teachings one-on-one, guys. Hit me up. I'll teach you, I'll guide you, or I'll do the spell for you. Okay. Anyway, be good or not.